Hey gang, Denise here. I'm doing a series on strength. So for the next few videos, that's what I'm focusing on. I'm actually very passionate about strength in the yoga practice. I find that many people are getting injured because they're going for pretty extreme range of motion when maybe strength would actually serve them better. We often talk about having tight this or tight that, but oftentimes, muscles are tight for a good reason. Maybe we have unstable joints, or maybe we just have a bad movement habit. But it's important to figure that out before you start trying to stretch muscles like mad. So here's one exercise, and there's going to be many, where we can really focus on strength, and it's so beneficial. This is going to be boat pose or bow pose, and I make this a strengthening pose because we need strength in the back body so much. So here's how I do it. I actually take my students through a series of movements, and we start with forehead on stacked hands and just practicing some good movement habit. So I'll have one foot raised up like this. I'm keeping my other leg grounded and my front of my hip open. And then I just lift up. You can see that I need lots of activation here in my big hip movers and stabilizers in order to make that happen. And so I'll stay here for about 5 breaths, take it down, straighten the leg, and the other leg goes up, pressing it up. And I want to see if I can hug this down. My body naturally wants to lift it up, so I have to overcome that and hug it down into the mat. So that takes a little bit of discipline and awareness. And you can see the other side is working very hard. So then we can go into another exercise with both of the legs raised. And now I'm actually going to practice walking. So similar thing to what I just did, but I'm going one side and then the other side. And this is actually working all the muscles that I use for walking and running, and it's going to help me be more stable in those activities. More stable in my yoga practice, of course, as well. And then my muscles might be a little bit more open to being lengthened once they feel good and stable. So that is the next part. Then we're going to swim the arms back, keep my thighs rooted for a moment, and roll back my shoulders and open up my chest, reaching my hands toward my feet. I'm not going to touch my feet, I'm just going to reach for them. So I'm lifting and opening and having a target in my mind that I actually want to touch my feet helps my body move there even more strongly. Next piece of this would be to lift my thighs. So again, there's no connection being made, but boy, oh boy, this is really asking my muscles to be super active. I'm going to stay here for about 5 breaths, and then I'll let everything come down and I'll relax. And just take a couple of deep breaths. And then final iteration is to swim back, actually catch my feet. My body's very well prepared for this pose now. I'll keep my great toe edges together, roll my chest up and open, and then lift my thighs up, pressing. Now my energy is pushing into my hands. So I'm actually lighting up the front body. But my back body is willing to bend a bit more because I strengthened it first. So, oh boy, that feels good. And I'm going to let that come down. So if we start to take this approach in the yoga practice, we're going to find that the muscles are much more willing to let go when it's time to let go. And they're going to be strong. They're going to stabilize our joints. It's going to make the body so much happier. And it will make you happier too. So stay tuned for more of these sort of strength-focused asana. They're coming right up. Thanks so much for joining. Bye for now.